Well, good morning and welcome to the Connections Post Show. So glad to have you with us. And we're joined by Matt, Layla, and Austin. And Layla's sitting somewhere different. So if you're thrown off, so is she.
Mm-hmm. She snoozed and lost. I don't know what to tell you.
Early bird gets the
late.
orange chair. Yeah. That's how that goes. So how are you guys doing this morning?
Very good.
Great.
I'm awake.
Hey, we're here.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Great Sunday. Weather's a little different. Weather has been so off
Oh my gosh.
right now. So wherever you are, hope your weather's great. Ours is a little weird, but still a good Sunday, right?
It's warmer.
It is.
I wasn't freezing my butt off
It
today.
is.
so-
That has
Sticky
been
outside.
Yeah, I'm okay
It's
with
odd.
that.
It's sticky everywhere right now.
odd. It's not humid in the lobby like it was a few weeks ago. If you were here, oh my goodness, it was just the weirdest. It was like cool inside the auditorium, but in the lobby, it was just like,
Yeah, we're
Muggy.
having some AC issues, unfortunately.
yeah. So maybe you're doing all right being at home right now. And but we would love to have you. Definitely selling it right now.
I think the AC issues are taken care of.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm quite
Yeah,
comfortable
we're there.
here right now.
Perfect. Amazing. So as you can see, we've all got our big shirts on. Layla couldn't find hers. It's all right.
I really tried. I thought this was a Big Serve shirt. And then I got in the parking lot and I was like, oh, wrong shirt.
Womp womp. That's all right. She came. She's here. This is great. So yeah, Big Serve. This will be my first Big Serve. Looking forward to it. I was looking through beforehand and seeing we have like home repair stuff. We've got community service type stuff in the parking lot. We've been building some benches between each service and got a few of those, and those are going to be donated to a school is what I believe is happening with those.
OEC, I think.
And that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, just a lot of stuff that's going on. But as this is my first Big Serve, and you guys have all been here before, what are some things that you guys have done in the past that have been like really encouraging? Some of your favorite moments? Like what's been a big takeaway for you from having done Big Serve?
So I have done it for a couple of years. My husband doesn't allow me to work with power tools. So, but thankfully I got to just like the first few years, I got to help like cover all the different sites. Elizabeth and I would go to all the different sites and I would interview people, which was really fun. Again, I didn't touch any of the power tools because then it might have been like,
All right, Tony. He's good.
yeah. But my favorite year, I was just talking about this with Andy on the pre-show. I came home with a cat one year, and I
Whoa.
still have her. Her name is Charlotte. She's kind of mean. She's like the type of cat. She's like a black and white cat, and she wants you to pet her, but she has to like bite you and lick you first. So she's like ferocious. But yeah, so you can always get a cat sometimes.
Came back with a souvenir.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That lives to this day.
She had fleas too.
Oh,
It was quite the learning experience.
there you go.
Top that. Did you get a cat?
Top that.
I did not. I have plenty, though. I live in a house with 5 cats,
Oh,
which is 5 too many.
yes.
But last year was probably one of my favorite years, and it wasn't even the site I was at. We were doing landscaping for the schools, and that was fine. Went pretty quick. It's not hard. But a couple days after that, we had like, or maybe it was before, like really big storms, and a buddy had a tree fall in his backyard, and tree removal is really expensive.
Yes.
But it was Big Serve time, so like me and this other guy, why am I forgetting his name? I know his name.
Because you're on the
Not-
spot.
Not right now. I don't know his name. We just went over with like a chainsaw and a sawzall, and luckily there was like brush pickup that week, so we just put it out by the road, and that was a great time, and we were able to bless him because I mean, who's got money right now? No one.
Right.
Was that when we had the tornadoes?
I think it was we had the tornado, and then we had like a big storm after the tornado,
Yeah.
and I think it was that one.
Yeah, we've had a couple of different tornadoes and stuff
Just a
that
few.
just popped up randomly in our
Wild.
area. Just so
It
weird.
is.
For me, so I'm wearing a little bit of a retro Big Serve shirt.
Yes.
I'm not wearing the one that Matt and Isaac are wearing. This is from 2022. That's not intentionally. I don't even remember what I did 2022 for Big Serve. But I have had the privilege to be able to do this dating back to 2018, I think was the first year. A lot of different opportunities that I've had the privilege of being able to go to different people's houses to be able to bless them, to landscaping at different various schools. Helping out with that, helping build a ramp I got to be able to do last year. I think one of the ones that stood out to me, though, was with one of my former youth group leaders and one of my former mentors and friend, Bill Gettner, being able to help out at their house during when they had a time of need, being able to help out with the fencing that they had, and just really be able to bless them as a family, because it's somebody that I had known at that time was really a good opportunity to be able to bless them. And there's people of all different ages, all different skill levels that had the ability to be able to make that impact. And it's not just the people that I knew going in, because that one was especially impactful just because I had a relationship beforehand. But it's the people that you get to see and get to know, which doesn't happen at all Big Serve sites. But there are some available where you get to go into people's homes and bless them personally, and to see how much that impacts them. Like as Matt was saying with his buddy that had the tree fall over, that impacts lives. And that's what we're called to be able to do. And this Big Serve week is just a massive opportunity I don't want us to miss.
Yeah, absolutely. Not Big Serve, but service project that I'd done with some high schoolers last year. Actually, this is while we were still living in Germany. We got to go and be a part of a restoration project for a monastery in Germany. And it was so cool because there was just like 3 or 4 families that had come together and purchased this monastery, just with the way that it works in Germany. Like, it's still owned by the country, by the local government, but it's also something that needed to be restored, and they wanted to do it that way. So they're kind of like leasing. I don't know. It was odd the way that they explained it to us, but they had just an accumulation of stuff that had come through, and the monks that were living there stored it. They're just like, hey, can we put this there? Like, would you hold on to this? I mean, it was like files, it was medical equipment, it was bedding, it was, everything. It was just overrun. And we took, from all over Germany, we had, I think, something around like 130 kids that had gone there, and we just cleared stuff out. Like, some of it was chopping wood, some of it was clearing out some of the rubbish, some of it was doing some other pickups. It was just a lot of different things. And we had cleared all that stuff out, and by the end, like, the families that were there were like crying because it was so impactful. Because we had, not only had we served them and had like these kids come in and serve these older people, which is always just touching for families to be served by younger people, but we had also saved them. Like, I think that when we asked them how much time, like, how much would this have taken you to do? How long would this have taken you to do if you had done it yourself? They said probably about 3 years. Oh, wow. So we'd saved them 3 years of work doing that. Just again, that was less important, like the amount of work that we had done, but the heart work that we had done in serving these families was a lot bigger impact than even just the physical work that we've done. So, like, yeah, what we're doing is great for people. It's great for things. It needs to happen, but the ability for us to be able to serve someone and to pour into them and to take care of their heart does a lot more than just the physical labor. But it's all kind of hand in glove. It all works together. So we've all had service opportunities and things like that. And if you live in Portage, please sign up in Portage, in Kalamazoo, Schoolcraft, Vicksburg. Sign up for some of these projects. It would be amazing to be able to interact with you and to have some time with you and to be able to do this service side by side, rub shoulders together, encourage one another. And do this. But if you're somewhere else in the country and you watch us online, thank you. Number one, that's amazing. But find something that you can do for people in your community. You don't have to sign up for Big Serve to serve other people in a big way. And I think that's a really, really impactful and important thing, is you don't have to be here at this church in order to serve where you are. But we want to serve with you, and we have these things organized for you to be able to do. If you're here, and we want to be able to do that with you. So that would be amazing. But yeah, from there, let's talk about Dave's sermon. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. Talking about the impact that multiplication has in going through and like harvest, and just the opportunities that we have So what are some things that stood out to you from Dave's sermon, if anything?
I mean, I really liked the verse that he pointed out in Matthew 13 around like the mustard seed and how something really small can become really great. It's just, again, like those simple little moments that make a big impact from Dave. And I feel like that was kind of the root, no pun intended.
Hey.
He's like, oh gosh, please don't make me sit by Layla again next Sunday.
I've heard enough of these jokes in the pre-show.
I know, yeah. But no, I really think that was like the foundational root of his message today. And I don't know, throughout the sermon, I was just thinking a lot about the different mustard seeds all around me, right? I think myself as an individual, I thought a lot about my kids. I've been missing a lot of Sundays because we are so crazy with sports right now. And I wrestle with that, right? Like missing church because of their activities. But at the same time, like it's been so incredible seeing them flourish as individuals through sports. Like my husband and I both played sports, and it's just, we're a big sports family. And just thinking about this, this verse and seeing my kids in these opportunities, starting off small, but making like really great impacts. Right. So I don't know. It's kind of my big takeaway from today's message.
Awesome. Austin, you got some?
Yeah, so I think that's such a good point that you had right there, because a lot of this can be taken as self-reflection for our own lives. I think that's where the culmination started off. So we started off with the big picture outlook of the global church, then what we've done at Connections. And if we take a little bit of a step back, church has done some amazing things. And I know there's a lot of things that either individual churches or the global churches have done to hurt people, but there is also a lot of good that has happened as a result of the church. And there's a lot of good that we have been privileged to be able to do here at Connections. And there's a lot of good that we can each do in our own individual lives. And I think from that story, especially mustard seeds, how small they start off and how insignificant that it can feel. But if you take the time to be able to cultivate, if you take the time to be able to help develop that, and you're willing to be able to make the individual sacrifices, I think that can lead to some incredible things that you don't picture in the moment, that you don't even necessarily know how that is going to happen. Because as Dave had pointed out, nobody who was there at the beginning of Connections could have imagined where we would be today. Yeah. And I think that's such an important reminder, because that doesn't just apply for the church. That doesn't just apply for an organization. That applies to us individually.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And the amount of time that took, I mean, we're 30 years in. Moses was 80 years in.
I was just thinking that.
Like we had some speed boost or something. I think a lot about like long-term impacts now. And just what that takes. I mean, it's just consistency over time, right? It's very simple, but it's very difficult.
Yes.
Especially being such flawed people. That's something I personally wrestle with a lot, is doing the consistent good for a long time, or at least trying to, right? And trying to make an impact in people's lives, through friendship, through just listening to them, inviting them to different groups or play golf or go get lunch or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes it's exhausting, right?
Yeah.
Like I just slept this weekend. I did not do a thing. But I don't know. Sometimes you need to. And I don't know. I there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a lot. I do know that I'm having a good impact on the kingdom, and I'm super happy about that. And like I see my friends having a similar impact on the kingdom, and I see the people of this church having a similar impact on the kingdom, and it is so encouraging, and it helps me keep going, and I hope it helps everyone else keep going, being able to see that like this works. and it's good.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything else that comes with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important for us to remember that. I mean, that's key. Consistency over time.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what we saw with Moses and Abraham and Joshua and Daniel. Had to like make sure I hit all of them. And I mean, you think about that, and I mean, we live in such a fast-paced culture. And I mean, someone can go viral overnight, and their life is completely changed because they've hit like a new level of stardom and fame and everything like that. And we're trying to replicate that one thing, that one instance of this microwave success that you just pop it in and you do it. So we're not necessarily conditioned for long-term faithfulness, but rather like a quick turnaround, instant success type of life. And so when we don't see what it is that's going to be right in front of us in the short term, it tends to discourage us. And we don't have that muscle for faith quite yet. And that's got to be something that we got to work. I mean, mustard seeds take a long time to grow. I mean, any tree takes a long time to grow. And I mean, if we want to be that picture of that, we have to have that 80-year mindset where, oh, my life really begins at 80.
Yeah.
It's a long time away. None of us wants that. But I mean, think about that. If we can be faithful for that amount of time, like the amount of impact that we're going to have in our circles, in our families, like, I mean, it's just going to be amazing. Like my grandpa was around 84, I think, when he passed away, and his family, all of us, are faithful because of his example, because of who he was in his life, being faithful for 80 plus years. And that's something that I really want to keep in mind as I look at older people who are serving Jesus. Like Jesus was a 33-year-old dude. And having these white-haired old men like serving Jesus, like that is an amazing example to me, and something that will sometimes make me cry, just because I'm so enamored with the idea of following somebody because of who they are, not because of how old they are. And I think that's a great example. And I mean, talking about roots, you can judge the root by the fruit. I mean, all that like the catchy things. If we don't see someone's fruit and it's not what it is, it's like, well, you don't need to trust what they trust in if you're not seeing the kind of fruit that you want. And hopefully people have seen with our church the kind of fruit that our church is producing. And I mean, things like Big Serve, things like us being the sole sponsor of an entire ministry in Africa, and that the number of people that's serving, the number of disciples that's turning out, and things like our support of fight ministries. And I mean, all of those are really amazing things and stuff that we want to continue to encourage and continue to develop. But yeah, I love that. I mean, everything that everybody shares is just great. Like I could just go on and on and on about all of this stuff.
I think a lot of times we talk about faith without talking about the time past through being faithful, because like we see throughout scripture, God is faithful to those who are faithful, right? We don't see a timeline with that, and we know that a lot of times it's a very long timeline. We just never tend to talk about those two things together, and I think that's a really important thing to do.
Yeah, I think that's really crucial. I'm going to keep an eye out on the time because we only got about 2 minutes, or at least for Matt and I, to be able to do this. I think that is really important. And I want to be able to make sure that people are encouraged by that. Make sure that people don't feel discouraged when it doesn't feel like things are happening immediately. I know for me and myself, I'm incredibly hard on myself, especially when I don't get the success that I'm expecting, or when things don't go necessarily the way that I was envisioning or hoping for. But God is still faithful, and God is still good, and just keep with the path on what you're doing, and keep with what God wants you to be able to do with that path. I look back at some of the stuff that I've been able to do in my own life. I looked back at, for example, the young adults group that I took over. This past week, we had the privilege on Tuesday night to be able to share each one of our testimonies, and to see the growth that it has had. It's been incredibly slow, and it has taken a long time to be able to get people integrated into that, to get people committed into that. but to start to see some of the growth that people have had when you are faithful to God, when you try your best to be able to do everything you can to give back to him, even when its situation is there's not a whole lot of people, or even when this feels discouraging at times, keep going, because you are doing what you should do, and don't be discouraged by when there's times where it takes a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great way to wrap up. I think it's an amazing encouragement. Get plugged in, serve people, love people, be faithful. We love you. We're praying for you. If you need anything, please let us know in the comments. Let us know. We would like to pray for you. But as much as we love you, Jesus loves you more. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.